Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm your boy Jamal. Hope you guys are all doing well. Behind me is my 2016 Cadillac CTS-V, and in this video I kind of wanted to go over 5 things that you may not know about this car, kind of hidden features if you will. A lot of you guys that own this car might already know these things. You may not know these things like I didn't whenever I bought the car. And then also this video can be for prospective CTS V3 owners, people who are looking to get into the car. So let's go ahead and start off with number 1. So for number 1, we're actually inside of the car here, and as you guys can see, this is the dashboard of the car. Now when I bought this car, I bought it used, and this is what the screen looked like. But what I didn't know was when I had bought the car, you can actually change the display that you see here. There's 3 different options that you have. Now you would think that it might be here in the vehicle settings, but it's actually in the display settings. So if you just scroll up here on your buttons here, you scroll up to your options field. So right there we have the options. We're going to go ahead and hit the middle button to select. So we're going to select options, and then you'll see display layout. And when you go there, you can actually change between the 3 different options. As you guys can see, mine is set to V Performance. You also have Enhanced, which completely changes the look of it. And then you also have Balanced, which is kind of what it's set to by default. So that's something I didn't know about whenever I bought the car. I just thought that it was the one display option. But for me, I like to leave it in V Performance. So that's number 1. So for number 2, we're actually still inside of the car. And a lot of people probably know about this one, but I figured I'd let you guys know about it anyways. There actually is a secret compartment behind the AC controller. This little silver trim piece down here, you just tap it, it opens right up, and you have a compartment back here. As you guys can see, I've got some sunglasses in there, and then this also is a wireless charging mat, and you also have a USB port back there as well. So there's a secret compartment behind the AC control. You just hit that silver trim piece to close it back up. So for number 3 is kind of the hidden track modes of the car, or the PTM, Performance Traction Management System. So a lot of you guys know that whenever you toggle through the different modes on the selector by the gear shifter, you've got 4 different modes: Tour, Sport, Track, Snow, and Ice. Now if you actually go down to track mode, you can see the dashboard will change, and you can audibly hear the exhaust open up for the louder exhaust. But what some people don't know is that if you actually hit the traction control button twice, it puts it in a performance traction mode, and you've got 5 different options within track mode that you can toggle through. So number 1 is wet. You have active handling on, chassis mode, and track. And if you actually toggle up through the modes when you're in this mode, you can change it. So you've got dry, you've got Sport 1, you've got Sport 2, and then you have race, which turns off every single driver assistant in this car. Stability track, active handling's off, this traction's fully off. So keep in mind that if you guys do use these modes to make sure you know what you're doing, make sure you're on a track, because it can get away from you really quick. So that is number 3, performance traction mode. You can see we had the 5 different modes there, and you can just toggle through them up and down. And actually in this mode is where you can use the launch control of the car. So you got track mode, and then you've also got these additional modes where you can actually use the launch control of the CTS-V. So for number 4, we are still inside of the car, and we have to enable something inside of the settings. Now something to keep in mind is that my car is a 2016, and in the 2017, 2018, and 2019 models, a lot of the menu options changed on the Q system. So some of your options may look different, but for the most part it should be the same. So we're going to go to the settings. We're going to go to the option that says vehicle. We're going to scroll down to, no, not lighting. We're going to scroll down to remote lock, unlock, and start. And then we're going to scroll down to the option that says remote window operation. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to ensure that's on, and let me show you guys what we can do with that. So now that we've enabled the remote window option, we're outside the car. Say it's a really hot day like it is today. Right now it's 100 degrees in the great state of Texas, but what we're going to do is say we want to start our car to get it to start cooling. Obviously we're going to hit the lock button, and then we're going to hold down the remote start to start it up. And so that gets the AC going in the car. But what if I want to take it another step forward and kind of roll the windows down to kind of let the car let out some of the hot air that's been accumulating all day? So now that we've enabled that option, all you have to do is simply hit the unlock button once and then twice and hold it down the second time. So we're going to hit it once and then twice, hold it down, and all the windows will come down in the car and allow you to kind of air the car out as it's cooling up or warming up. So here we are back in the car for number 5. From the factory, these cars have a built-in rev limiter when you're in park or neutral. You can only rev the car at 3,000 RPM. For example, only 3,000 RPM, it limits you to the amount that you can rev it when you're in park or neutral. But I learned this little hack that if you actually put the car into reverse first, and then with your foot on the brake, I keep my left foot on the brake the entire time. If you bring it back into park, halfway up to park, so you can see that the reverse is not lit up and neither is the park, you can actually hold the shifter there and rev the car all the way out. So with my left foot on the brake, you can see that you can actually rev the car all the way to red line. So those were just 5 tips or tricks that I didn't know about the Generation 3 Cadillac CTS-V when I had bought it. Maybe you guys knew these things, maybe you guys didn't. Maybe some of you prospective owners do know these things now. But if you guys know of any other tips or tricks about this car, be sure to drop a comment below. Let me know what they are. And as always, I do appreciate you guys checking out the video. Remember to comment, like, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.